Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be eating Doritos ASMR style. Subscribe. Eating a Dorito was probably the worst thing I could have done because it's all stuck in my teeth.
So you say you wanna get away.
I always get questions whenever I post a Polaroid style photo on Instagram, how I've done it, if I've actually taken it with a Polaroid or what the situation is. Now I've been doing this for quite a while. A lot of the Polaroids that you see on my Instagram aren't actually taken on a Polaroid camera. A lot of the time they're all edited and it's all just me editing something onto a Polaroid frame, purely because I can never get a good shot on Polaroid film, and also it's a lot riskier than getting a digital. Being able to flick through a bunch of selfies, choose the one and then make it look like it's a Polaroid. It also saves you a lot of money, a lot of time and a lot of bad Polaroids. I'm just going to show you the app that I found the other day, which is going to completely shut down the other two apps. Like, I'm not probably going to do all this purely because you can do it in one app, but the video would be super short if I just showed you one app and how simple it is to use. So I'm also going to show you how you can do it manually for photos that you've already taken, because you have to actually take the photos on this app in order for it to work. This app is called Nomo. I literally found this like 2 days ago on the App Store, and it's gonna actually change my life. Like, the amount of editing I used to go through literally to achieve something similar to what you can do on this app is literally ridiculous. So all you do is load up the thing. As you can see, I've got it on my phone now. You can currently see me in there if I turn that around. Hey bitch, what's up? All you do is take a photo, press that button right there. That is literally as easy as it comes, and then obviously you can do it with flash as well. Like, take a photo with flash, and you can also switch it around by pressing that button right there. Do a cute little selfie. I moved then. Once you've taken the photos, it actually develops in this little thing, and now it's so cool because you can literally shake your device, and the more you shake it, the faster the thing develops. Like, when it's like shake it, you literally shake it and it develops. Like, it's so cool. Or obviously you can just leave it and wait for it to develop. It even adds like the dust to the photos. Like, I don't know if you can see it up in that top bit of the corner there, and on my hat as well. That's a really bad photo, so fabulous. And now when you see how I would have edited it, I literally would do all these steps. The vignette around the corners and everything I would do. How it's slightly out of focus and a little bit blurred, I would do as well. I personally just think it literally looks like a Polaroid. I just want to disclaim as well, this is not sponsored. I've not been told to do this. I weren't going to share it because I was like, ooh, I found a little app that makes my life a lot easier. But a lot of you always ask, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to share it with you. Obviously, a photo of my tripod, a photo of my wall, and an ugly photo of me is not the best example of what you can actually do with this app. I'm pretty sure you can do a lot more things. I would take into consideration that, well, for me anyway, I shoot on an Instax Mini 8, and that always requires flash. Whether you're indoors, outdoors, whether you want flash on or not, the flash always fires. So maybe when taking the photos, always take them with the back camera instead of the selfie mode, because obviously it will look a bit weird if you can fully take an actual really nice selfie on this camera. Do you know what I mean? And the flash is not on. So I would consider maybe just shooting only on the back camera. I guess it depends how authentic you want it to look. Also, if this app wants to pay me for giving it promo. Now, before I found this app and before my life was made simpler, I used to use a bunch of apps. So I would take a photo. I'm literally just going to take a random photo of my wall, and I'm going to show you what I would do without this app. So as you can see, I have a bunch of photo editing apps, but the one that I'm going to use for this is Afterlight 2. Once I load the photo into Afterlight, the thing that I do first is go over to this glow section and literally just turn that up. As you're probably aware with a Polaroid, the image is not necessarily sharp and it's got like this glow to it. I would always turn that up, probably not all the way to the top, but just turn it up to around 60. It honestly depends what the photo's like. Sometimes it doesn't really need that much. I'm not a massive fan of the grain tool in Afterlight, purely because I think it looks so fake. So I typically wouldn't do anything else apart from add like a slight vignette to that image. Then this is what I mainly use Afterlight for. I love the dust filters on here, so as you can see, you can play around with a bunch of these and get so many different types of feels to this. Often when you go to take a photo of a Polaroid that you've took on an actual Polaroid camera, like the physical Polaroid, you lay it down on a surface, it gets a few bits of dust on it, or the actual image might be scratched. So by doing this, it just makes it look a lot more genuine. It already looks slightly more vintage, and you could just leave it as that. You could upload it like that. I know Mark Ferris does something really similar to his photos and adds like a lot of grain and a lot of dust. However, this video is about Polaroids. We're going to put it in a Polaroid frame. So the app that I actually use to put my photos into Polaroid frames is an app called Instance. Now this is literally just, as you can see, an app where you can put your photos into Polaroid frames, you press next, and then it literally like puts it into a Polaroid frame for you. Then you click the button in the bottom corner there and it saves it to your camera roll. Now this is pretty much all I would do to a photo. I would then just overlay it onto a background of some sort to make it look like I've actually taken a photo of the Polaroid. Once you have your image like this, obviously it's in a Polaroid frame. It looks like it may have been taken on a Polaroid. No one really just posts a photo like this. It's often against a cute background, something of the sort. Like, it's never really just a photo of a Polaroid on Instagram. So this is where the editing comes in. I use an app called PixArt for this. You can probably do what I'm about to do in a bunch of different apps, but I'm just familiar with PixArt. It's free. I'm just pretty familiar with the tools and how this app works. As you can see, I have a photo which I literally just took of 2 Polaroids, which are right here. Literally just 2 Polaroids of myself. You could make a full-on like flat lay set or whatever the hell you want to do. Put them on your bedding, put them wherever, and then take a photo of it. You want to make sure, however, one thing, that the Polaroids are flat. Like, you want to make sure you're taking the photo from a direct, like the Polaroid's here, you're taking it from above, because if it's slightly skewed, like slightly like this, and the Polaroid's more flat like this, then you're not going to be able to do it by using this app, and I really don't know how you do that either. Once you have this, or you've like taken a photo of the Polaroid on the wall or whatever, as long as it's flat and it's taken from a direct, like above angle, and all you're going to do is literally just scale it. You can turn like the opacity down so you can see like what you're doing, but you just want to position that roughly on top of the Polaroid frame. So same with the next one, literally just position it, scale it, and make sure it sits roughly. You want it just to sit just over, so you've still got the actual shadows from the one underneath, but if you position it slightly over, it looks like the shadows are coming from that Polaroid. In terms of like positioning and overlaying it, that is literally all I would do. As you can see, it fits over pretty nicely. It's not perfect, and it does look quite fake. I think this is purely because the background is so messy and not neatened up at all. Obviously, if you were setting up for an actual Instagram, well, I anyway would perfect the background and make the background look super clean, super white. I never ever use VSCO Cam to edit my photos anymore. The only thing that I use VSCO Cam is to crop it to the Instagram ratio. You can also add filters in there, and obviously, as you can see, once you start playing around with different filters, it does in fact make it look a lot more real. It does look a lot realer, and even if you zoom in like to the corners and stuff and then do that, it looks pretty genuine. And to anyone that's not really snooping around your Instagram and trying to catch you out, I don't see how anyone could turn around and be like, that's a fake Polaroid. Obviously, if you do it right. If half the thing's hanging off and you can see the Polaroid frame underneath, then people are gonna call you out for it. If you do actually make any Polaroid photos, or you do test these 2 apps out, then do let me know. Do tag me in the photos on Instagram, I do want to see. But yeah, apart from that, I will chat to you in a few days' time. I love you a lot, and yeah, stay cool, I guess. Do some fun photo editing things and tweet me them. I love you all lots, and I will chat to you in a couple of days' time. Bye!
So you say you wanna get away. We don't need a plane, I could be your escape. Take you to a place where there's no time, no.